Go.
Hi, my name is Nick McAvoy. This is speech 3 in order to persuade. Today I'm going to be persuading you guys to stay inside during all this corona, the COVID-19 infection slash disease, whatever the CDC is calling it today. Um, this problem has been spread very fast. People are blaming it on China and other sorts of things, but at the end of the day, it's in the United States of America, and together we all have to take some serious precautions. Obviously, we've all been sent home from school. Obviously, all the college classes are now online, even though ours already was. We've had to adjust a lot. There's no more going out to a movie. There's no more spending nights at bars. There's a lot of things that have been cut off from the world, and we really have to adjust to that. Nobody wants their grandparent, son, daughter, anybody to go through something like this. I was actually able to talk to somebody that knows a person with the coronavirus, and they said it was complete hell. They said they couldn't breathe. They said it was just like 6 days of continuous just not being able to breathe, which sounds terrible. Nobody wants their kid or grandparent or parent to have anything like that. So today I'm going to be persuading you guys to stay at home. So first off, staying at home, most people think is challenging, but there's 3 really easy steps to doing it. First off is you got to find what's good at your home. Some people live in the city, some people live in the suburbs, some people live out in the country. I'm one of those people that live out in the country, so it's really easy for me to go jump on a quad, to go out shooting, to go do something outdoors, and to go explore outdoors is very easy for me. It's able to stay away from a lot of people. Suburbs, you have to be a little more careful. You're a little bit closer in. You can take your dogs for walks. Obviously, parks are closed, but little things like that. But cities have a rough time. I'm sure it's hard to get out. People living such close quarters. We saw what happened at New York City. I think it's up to almost 25,000 people today. As of March 29th, 2020, it's almost up to 25,000 people just in New York, which is actually 50% of the overall conditions in the United States, which is crazy. I think here it's almost 1,300 in Ohio. So taking those kinds of precautions, obviously the CDC, you can get the links on my works cited. They've talked a lot about staying 6 feet apart, washing your hands for 20 seconds, and just really taking care of yourself. The second step really is to find something to enjoy. Some people do exercises, some people do hobbies, such as scrapbooking or working on cars or fixing cars. A lot of those things are good options. Just something to keep your mind off of, why do I have to stay at home tonight? What could I go do instead? So that, it is hard because we're not used to that kind of lifestyle. But I think if everybody works together and, kind of makes a plan or, makes an event that is worth being at, it's very possible. Third thing is staying intact with your financials. A lot of people obviously have been suffering from, getting laid off and other sorts of things, and I'm sure that's, a really big problem for them and for a lot of families. Personally, my family's in healthcare, so they are needed as essential, but, I'm sure a lot of people are having a really, really rough time, and especially even healthcare people are having a really hard time because they're even more exposed to the coronavirus. So, be very cautious of what you're spending your money on. $1,500 or $1,000 today could be $20,000 yesterday. You never know. The economy could crash tomorrow. It's definitely already on a downhill slope. We've seen the gas prices drop. Trying to keep the economy going, trying to keep people, going out and spending money and going to do things and working on different things because of this all is going on at once. So just be very careful, with the way you're spending money. Obviously, a lot of people are making dinners instead of going out, or using different things that they've never had to do before, having to cook, and that's of course different for a lot of people. But as long as you take these very simple, precautions and, just work really hard to protect the average American. Some people don't have that luxury. Some people, older people, very young kids can't go to the grocery store, get their own items. And even if they could, they're very susceptible to the coronavirus. So at this point in time, I would just ask you all to stay indoors, only go out when need be. Everything that Mike DeWine and the president has said for us to do. Nobody wants to be that person where their family is under attack or, not really under attack, but hurt by the coronavirus. And nobody thinks it's going to happen to them until it does. So be kindful, be mindful, and just be respectful of everybody out there on the streets and out there trying to just